What do you mean I'm on time? It is exactly 11:30 a.m. on Friday, October 17th. My name is Ian Hopfe. I go by the hashtag IanTheHRPro, and you are watching Ian the HR Pro live podcast. And since today's Friday, today is fun and games. We're going to talk about anything and everything that I want to, because it's my show. If you want to talk about something, put a comment in the comments. Make a comment below or whatever, and I'll try to answer your comments and get a conversation going. If you don't like what I'm talking about, go start your own podcast, man. Don't sit around here complaining about what I don't talk about. Jeez, take the risk, man. Take the risk. Yesterday we talked about building a personal brand to get a job. Do it. Do it, man. Look at that. My throat's already tired. I just barely started the show. I'm probably like just freaking. Oh. I'm in my truck in Slave Lake. Entertain me. Auntie Shay and Oliver are with me. Auntie who? Which auntie? I'm assuming you're in the truck. Shay is my sister's daughter, and Oliver is her grandson, also my grandson in the traditional way. All the brothers and sisters, everybody on that level of the generation, we refer to them in the same way. So my sister's grandchildren are also my grandchildren. So they can call me Muslim if they want, or Muslimian, or the great and powerful Muslimian. Of course it's Auntie Nora. Hello, Auntie Nora. Okay, I will shut that comment down. But as always, on Friday, ask your questions in the comments. Today is all about fun. Let's have some fun. I had a particularly trying week with the organizations that I volunteer with. So I'm definitely up for some fun and games and shenanigans. Cover your ears. Don't listen to this old fool swearing. My tea is too hot. I can't drink it. It's going to burn my face off. Okay, we're not having tea yet. As always, I'm a HR consultant. So if you want to ask an HR question and be a complete Debbie Downer on this Friday, go ahead and ask the question. The HR questions, they're always important. I always want to be open for them. Oh, excuse me, I'm burping. And if you want more information about me or want an ebook to help you end your staff drama, use the link up in the top corner of the screen that says all my links. That takes you to my link tree here on the screen at the bottom now. linktr.ee/IanTheHRPro. That's got all the goods in it. That's where you want to go. You want to connect with me. So, sorry, coughing, sick, Friday, always sick, always coughing. I get better later in the day, honest. I really want some of this hot tea, but it's still too hot. No. I can just feel that burning my face and my lips, and just it would be like this X-rated show. You know that scene in Indiana Jones, the one where they find the Ark Which one is that called? Anyway, there's that scene where that Nazi dude, his face is like melting off because he's looking at the beings that have come out of the ark to kill all the bad guys. Yeah, that's me after a cup of tea, man. That is not enjoyable at all. So there, man. I just have green tea today. I mean, not even green tea. I have Earl Grey tea today because I'm not feeling like the hibiscus or the gunpowder green tea. I usually mix them together because I hate the taste of green tea. So I'll put in a dash of the gunpowder green tea that just like gets you going. What I want to talk about today? I don't know what to talk about today. I don't know. In previous weeks, I've been talking about Magic the Gathering. Here's a link on the screen right now. It's going to take you to the Foundations cards, Magic the Gathering. I purchased one set of Magic the Gathering Foundations booster cards. I had also purchased like all the newest Magic the Gathering cards. So far, I got like 5 more I got to open or something like that. And they're all different expansion sets. But I opened up this Bloomburrow play booster. They are the cutest cards ever. It's all little mice and little critters. They're just so cute. I'm tempted to just go get a whole bunch of Bloomburrow cards and see what kind of awesome deck I can make. In that Bloomburrow deck, I found this Kitsa Otterball Elite Legendary Creature Otter Wizard. Oh my god, he's so cute. He's playing with this otter ball thing, but he's just a little otter and he's swimming around doing his magic. That's awesome. Anyway, it is in a protective sheath because this is worth like $9. Next time I go live on Whatnot, I'm definitely going to be selling that. Anyway, I got how many more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more booster packs to open up from Magic the Gathering. Edge of Eternities, Ether Drift, Outlaws of Thunder Junction. I mean, if that's not cowboy themed, I don't know what is. The Lost Caverns of Xylan or something. I don't even know how to say that. And Tarkir Dragonstorm. Tarkir Dragonstorm. I don't even know what the heck that is. Magic the Gathering creates all kinds of expansion worlds. So you kind of, it's not just one world because they're fantasy type cards. So you make a theme of everything, or you make it you theme your deck on just one world. And normally you're looking at a 60 card deck or 100 card deck. The 60 card deck, you can have 4 of each card name. Each specific card, you can have 4 of them. But in a 100 card deck, like these are all new rules since I was playing back in the early 2000s, you can only have 1 card of each card. Only 1. So it's a little bit harder to I don't know, get a combo or something. So you definitely need more cards that could work together interchangeably, different combos related to each other. And the 100 card decks are called commander decks, and I guess you need a special commander, and the rest of your cards have to be the same color as the commander deck. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta read up on the new rules. I know I used to play it a lot, and we used to do our own home rules. That's still too hot. That tea's still too hot. Burned my face off. You know, I love Dungeons and Dragons also. I still have to buy this. On the screen now, it's linked to the Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook. If you want to play Dungeons and Dragons, you need this book. Or if you purchase something online or start using D&D online or something like that, where you can create your character online. I like those, but at the same time, I hate those, right? Like, I am really more of a purist when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons. Tabletop, let's play, paper and pencil. I mean, I love that because you get a bunch of people around and everybody's role playing and just having a fun time. Sometimes a little too much fun. We were playing one time and one of our players decided, well, he's gonna have a few beers. Well, he drank like a whole cube of beer during the play, and he was like, I explained the situation and I said, oh, through this drain hole you can hear somebody speaking from the floor below. And I say what they hear, and then he says, okay, let's go down there. I said a drain hole, man. The drain hole's like 5 inches, 3 inches. You're not getting through there. Right, so I really don't enjoy when one of the players decides to have a few drinks or decides to have some wacky tobacco while playing. It's no fun for me, man. If you're acting stupid, it's no fun for me. So I don't enjoy that. Sorry, I'm adjusting the camera. Anyway, if you want to be the dungeon master, you also want to pick up, along with the player's handbook, you want to get the Dungeon Master's Guide. And that gives you a few more behind-the-scenes rules on how to run the campaigns. I mean, if you want to be the dungeon master, it's a great place if you love storytelling, if you love being the storyteller. I gotta straighten out my screen here. I keep looking to the side, and that's weirding me out. Oh, my hair is going cuckoo here today. Anyway, so yeah. And the other book I would recommend if you aren't a dungeon master, and if you're home brewing, you're telling your own story and creating your own world, or your own land for your characters, for your players, you definitely need to pick up the Monsters Manual also. There's just a ton of monsters in there. And I would recommend you buy the Monster Manual and then choose a monster you think is cool, and then create your next adventure around that monster, whatever it might be. So you might want to just remember the challenge rating of the monsters. If you've got a bunch of first level players and the adventure leads to this monster, well, you've got to be able to have a challenge rating where that level of players can actually have a chance of beating that bad guy, right? So learn about challenge ratings. That is so important. And it's deceiving. You might get a 1/4 challenge rating. Okay. Well, that just, like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And then it goes to 1/2, and then like Or does it go from there? 2/3 or whatever, right? And then it goes to challenge rating 1. Basically, challenge rating 1 is if you read it, learn it, but basically, a challenge rating 1, you have 4 characters, 4 players with you, and they're all level 1. They should be able to beat that. So you have the part, the 1/4, the 1/2 monsters. It means that you could put multiple of them against your party. So if you have a challenge rating 5, well, all your 4 characters absolutely have to be at level 5, or else they're just not going to have a chance. So remember that when you're choosing your monster. And if you're doing a one-shot, that's where you're just one game, this is a monster you guys have to go kill, right? Then choose something that's in the range of your characters right now. But read up, learn the challenge rating. Challenge rating. Wow, man. Why don't we just look that up right now? Let's open up another window. New window. Onions and Dragons challenge rating explained. Let's see if we can come up with something. Okay, let's share the screen so we can look at it together. Gonna look at challenge ratings in the game. I'm tiny again. Nope, I like that. I like being bigger. So, I wonder if I can shrink this down a little bit more again. I think that looks a little better, yeah. So, challenge rating, CR, is a numerical estimate of a monster's difficulty in Dungeons & Dragons used by dungeon masters, DMs, to design combat encounters. A CR is roughly equal to the level of a party of 4 adventurers who should be able to defeat it without casualties. However, CR is only a loose guideline, as factors like the number of monsters, the party's resources, the action economy, and specific monster abilities can specifically change an encounter's actual difficulty. So consider your rolls. You know, every attack is based on your 20-sided dice roll. So if you just happen to roll bad all day long, I mean, that's the problem. So yeah, it is 4 characters at that level. So you have some partial characters, partial monsters. Basic comparison. A monster of CR3 is meant to be a worthy but not deadly challenge for a party of 4 third-level adventurers, right? The CR of a monster is compared to the party's overall level to gauge threat. For example, a party of 4 10th level characters would be facing a monster with a CR of 10 according to the basic guideline, right? This is action economy. A single high CR monster might be defeated by a lower level party because the party has more actions per round, a concept known as the action economy. Oh, I didn't know that. Encounter difficulty. The CR of a monster is just one factor. The number of monsters, their abilities, and the party's remaining resources like spell slots or hit points all affect the final outcome. So if you're fighting just that one monster, we'll take the example of challenge rating 3, so just one of them, challenge rating 3 means all 4 of your characters need to be at least level 3, and 1 to 4 one monster to 4 characters, you should be able to beat them, unless you just came out of another battle, your spellcasters have used their spell slots, used any resources they had, like maybe they did use a scroll they had in a previous battle. They used up all their magic potions for healing. And you're going into this battle just bare bones. It might be tougher. Right now, imagine usually the big boss at the end of the game has minions with him, so there may be your bad guy, your CR3 character, but he might have some CR1s with him to help defend him. So there's a real possibility that you could get a real spanking real quick, right? So, factor that in. If you've got 3 monsters all at level 1, then that might be a fair fight for 4 characters all at level 3. Right. And again, it depends on the characters. So factor that in when you're playing your game. Because in actuality, the DM wants the characters to win also. They're telling the story. They want their characters to win. So just make adjustments on the fly. You can do whatever you want. You're the dungeon master. If you see that they're losing, just roll some random die and say, oh, this guy ran away, right? Or whatever. Like, do whatever you need to balance the battle and make it fun for everybody. And you can do all kinds of stuff. The dungeon master, you're basically God in your world, right? So you could tell a character that's almost dying, you could say, oh, roll a perception check, and they roll whatever the hell they roll, it doesn't matter. You say, oh, you notice that there's some sort of potion hidden in a corner of this room. So now they can run over and find a health potion and heal themselves. Get creative. There's no reason for you to kill off your characters and say, oh, well, you all die. Ha, ha, ha. I mean, a dungeon master that enjoys killing off the players is not a good dungeon master. A good dungeon master wants to see the story progress. And so even if you purchase a pre-made quest, and there's lots of them. If you purchase a pre-made quest, I know our dungeon master was talking about how he had looked it up and said, yeah, that part was really hard, and some people say it's hard. Well, he could have quickly adapted and made it easier for us, and I think he did in a way. I can't remember what he did, but if you're looking ahead to each battle with this pre-made quest that you've purchased that you want to play through, look ahead every few battles and see if you need to do something. Give a bonus. Oh, you found a magic weapon. Oh, you found an extra potion. Oh, because you did so well with that last battle, this monster ran away. Trying to level out the battles. Try to make it as natural as possible. Don't be freaking out. Oh God, sorry guys, I think you're all about to die and there's nothing I can do. You're the dungeon master. There's everything you can do. You can do whatever you want. Now, the only problem with that is that you might overpower your characters. Be careful. Be strategic. Not everybody needs a +5 bow and arrow that does an additional 10 fire damage, and it always hits on rolls over 15, right? You don't... I mean, that's like supercharging your characters, so don't do that, right? Give them the simple stuff. And at the end of each of these quests that you purchase or that you create, just give a little something, right? Little something just to see what's going to help them. You know your characters. You know if they like using the bow. You know if they like using daggers. You know if they like using the two-handed great sword or whatever, right? Like, you know the stuff. You know somebody likes to use magic, so okay, find something, magical item that can store one of their spells per day or something, right? So instead of being able to cast just 3 or 4 spells in the cantrip, now they can cast an additional one from their magical item. So that sort of thing, those little things are really, really important and allows you to adjust the game just a little bit. And if you think something is overpowering the game, you can even take it away. I mean, make it part of the story. Just don't say, "Oh, sorry, Donald, I got to take away your magic sword because it's too powerful." No. The next dungeon Donald walks into with his team, make it so that in order for them to enter, they have to give up a magical item, right? Like, and maybe the doors, the entrance is magical and sentient, and it says, "You can't enter unless you give me a magical item." Right? Come on, just do something fun, something crazy. You shall not pass without donating your magical item that's overpowering the game and making it unfun for everyone else. Right? Let's see how this tea is doing. Oh, it's just right now. It's just right. That's the Earl Grey warm. Not the Earl Grey hot. Right. There's other things here for it, but let's stop sharing. No, we don't need to share it. Stop sharing the screen. Look, it's me. I'm full and in your face again. So, yeah, ask your questions, man. Ask your unquestions. Let's talk about movies. I was thinking about talking about movie quotes, and I've found that some ridiculous high amount of my vernacular, or what I say each day, tends to be a movie quote or a TV quote or something. I was just like, oh my God. When I first met my wife, she didn't know where these things were coming from. And then I make her watch some old-timey show. Old-timey show. Not that old. Shut up. So I make her watch some show from the 80s or 90s. And it's like my favorite show. And she's like, "Oh, that's where you got that." Oh my God, there's just so many movies that I've probably watched too much over the years. Armageddon, Deep Impact. My wife, we love to watch. The Day After Tomorrow, we watch it all the time. We watch it at least once a year. But, I mean, I used to watch Armageddon like at least weekly for a lot of years. Like, that was my go-to. Harold and Kumar. I used to watch it like every second day, especially when I first moved to the city and I was living in someone's basement and I had nothing else to do. I would just watch Harold and Kumar. And what else? Oh my God, series I love. I love watching Deep Space Nine. It's probably my favorite Star Trek series by far. There's just something about this Dominion War and stuff, and I just love Captain Sisko. He's caring and loving, but doesn't take no shit, right? Like it's a different character. And being stationary was interesting because we're used to the 5-year mission of the Enterprise, and we're traveling all over the place, and they can make it very episodic, and each episode can have absolutely nothing to do with previous episodes. And a lot of the Next Generation were like that. They did do some short story arcs and things like that, but with Deep Space Nine, there was some episodic stuff, but a lot of it was continuing the story and building these characters in the story, and I really enjoyed it. So, but I watched that all the way through, maybe once every 2 years right now. And my other, strangely enough, space station based sci-fi was Babylon 5. Oh my god, just beautiful 5-year story arc. It had some episodic stuff in there, but again, the whole series was interconnected storylines. So what you're seeing in like season 4 and season 5 was related to events in season 1. Like, how do you do that? And it's just I think it's amazing storytelling. I mean, it was the first 100% computer generated graphics TV show, right? There was no little models for the spaceships or the space station or anything like that. It was all digital, right? Whereas Star Trek still would make its model and it would take the images of its models, and this is tried and true type things, but this one just went completely digital. And when you rewatch it now, you're like, oh my god, that's wonky. That's really wonky, but I just love it. The storyline's great. Aziz Light. I yell that a lot when I need lights on, says my sister. Aziz Light, the Fifth Element, if you didn't guess that one, right? Aziz Light. Oh my god, that's a fun beginning. I just love the Fifth Element. I probably watched that hundreds of times too. There's just, I don't know, there's just something about it. It's a kind of a dark future, but still a fun show, a fun watch. Bruce Willis at his best. Mila Jovovich, right? Like multipass. Yes, she knows it's a multipass, right? You just pull a lot of good quotes out of that show too. Oh my god. Some of these movies, when I used to have just the physical copies and I was trying to decide what to watch, I could pick up a DVD and the whole movie would just instantly run through my head. And I kind of chose movies based on that. If I couldn't instantly run the whole movie through my head, then I'd be like, yeah, I can watch that a few more times, right? And a more recent TV show that is The Expanse. There is something about The Expanse I just love. It feels real. They were getting a lot of the science right, and it was enjoyable to watch. Like, it wasn't like Star Trek where we have gravity plating on all the ships magically so everybody can stand up straight. On The Expanse, they know that they had to keep the engine burning at a certain rate in order to generate gravity. So they would be burning at 1G, so then everyone inside the ship, and of course they would be walking like this because the ship's going like this, forcing the gravity down, so they could walk around like that. But and they all had to wear their magnetic boots all the time on the ship, because you would have to turn off the engines and flip the ship around, and just gravity just totally changes, right? So you always had to have those boots, hold on and strap yourselves down. And in order to slow down, right, they did flip the ship. Like, they would turn off the engine and then flip the ship, turn the engine back on to slow them down. Now, I read a book series. It was a little bit graphic in nature, these books, but anyway, it was a space opera, and they really talked about space travel a lot and what they did. So with the Expanse, it would speed up, and they would have to stay burning at 1G in order to have gravity. And if they had to go faster, they would be in higher Gs, and they could actually die because they were, had too much gravity and get killed and stuff, right? But this other book series I read, when they traveled, they really explained the travel, the mechanism. So they would speed up, and they would continue speeding and trying to pick up speed until they got to the halfway point of their destination. So they're going from and this book kind of had people going to other star systems, I think, or whatever, but they would pick up speed and continue speeding up until the halfway point, and then they would have to flip their ship around and start slowing down, because the force of the ship to go this direction was the same force that they had to put on to slow it down. And you needed the same distance to speed up and the same distance to slow down. So every time you hit that halfway point, you'd flip the ship and start slowing down. So it was interesting to see that bit of science. Yeah, you need to slow down somehow. How do you slow down in a vacuum of space? Well, you use your chemical rockets and flip around, right? So that book was interesting, and it was shadowed in The Expanse. And I love the idea of some ancient technology, right? And The Expanse kind of covered that. And that reminds me of the video game Mass Effect. And in Mass Effect, you're finding technologies, and you're finding technologies from these ancient races that were around that are no longer there. And that really made the video game interesting too. But it never really talked about travel, hyperspeed, or light speed, or anything like that, right? We have these dreams of being able to travel faster than light, but nothing can travel faster than light. We can get close, but then you have what's that? Is that the Doppler effect or relativity or something? The closer you travel to the speed of light, it's like you slow down, and the rest of the universe speeds up. So there's this whole crazy understanding. If I travel really fast and go this direction, and I hit near the speed of light, when I turn around and come back, I'm only like a few days older, a few years older, whereas everybody on Earth is dead and gone, right? We see this effect in the original, spoiler, in the original Planet of the Apes, when Charlton Heston travels in the spaceship and he's talking about, we're now traveling like this, and there's glowing lights as they're traveling. All the other crew is already put to bed for the traveling, and he talks about how, I think he talks about how everyone will be dead by the time he gets back. And that's the same effect. They're traveling so fast that time around them is different when you're not traveling there. So, and that's why when they land on the Planet of the Apes, spoiler, we find out it's actually Earth, just way in the future. And, you know, that's where right at the end of the show, you see him screaming at the Statue of Liberty, crooked in the sand. And he's like, you blew it all up. You know, like he's mad at humans for destroying the Earth and having these apes develop and whatever. But we also see it. Oh shoot, I lost the other one. It's Planet of the Apes and shoot, there was another well-known show where they talked about the effect. I just thought of another one. Stargate. I think it might have been Stargate Atlantis. And they've, you know, humans have now gained the technology to go faster than light, and they're traveling between galaxies, which is just insane. Well, one of the human ships passes by something, an old ancient ship. They pass by them, and the human ship is going faster than light, and this ancient ship is traveling at almost the speed of light. So they slow down and meet up with the ship, and the ancients slow down and stop for them. So the ancients have been traveling from the Pegasus galaxy to the Milky Way galaxy for like a couple months or something like that, at the speed of light, near the speed of light, almost the speed of light. And to them, it's only been a few months or something like that. But the rest of the galaxy, the rest of the universe it's been 10,000 years, right? It's been 20,000 years or whatever the timeline is. And the ancients just kind of can't believe it. But again, it shows that effect. If you're traveling below but near the speed of light, like your time dilation, that's it. The time dilation is just way off, right? So I think I was watching an episode of Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he was talking about this same topic. And the question they got asked is, faster than light travel possible? And right now, absolutely, we don't have the technology, but even the theories kind of break down at the speed of light. The math kind of works, but doesn't. Anyway, so Neil deGrasse Tyson is talking about, I still believe we might be able to use wormholes. So instead of traveling fast someplace, we open up a wormhole and we instantly move from place to place. He seems to think that still might be a possibility, or might be a better option than trying to just go fast. Yeah, so getting back to the movies and shows, and what do you like to watch? Ask a question, ask an unquestion. As always, if you want to ask an HR question, because I'm here, go ahead and ask it, you boring bum on a Friday. You want to talk HR? Oh, Earl Grey tea. I need someone who sells Earl Grey tea to be a sponsor on the show. And hibiscus tea and gunpowder green tea. I guess I could just make links. I think I got some links. This show is brought to you by hibiscus tea on Amazon.ca. So click on that, buy some hibiscus tea. It is good to help control your blood pressure, and that's kind of why I'm drinking it as much as possible, because I'm just being diabetic. I'm just at that high end. I should be lower than what I'm at right now. So that's why I drink the hibiscus tea. And Dr. Michael Greger from the How Not to Die book suggests that we drink 3 cups of green tea every day. I mean, if I drink it in the afternoon or the evening, I'm never getting up bed. But I hate the taste of it. But I like putting this gunpowder green tea into my hibiscus tea. If I have 2 or 3 cups in the morning, I'll put in this gunpowder green tea and get the benefits of the green tea. So green tea, regular tea, white tea, they all come from the same species of green tea. It's just kind of like species of tea plant. They're just like when it's harvested early in the mid or late in the season or something, right? Like, but it's essentially the same plant. And I think they might have created different versions of the plant or whatever. I don't know any tea science. I don't know the biology of tea. But the tea plant and the tea is actually a great stimulant for our brains. And that's why so much of the world drinks tea, because it makes us happy and just stimulates our brains. And when we can get our brains stimulated, there's all kinds of healthy stuff that goes on, right? It's like when we sleep, our brain washes itself, and it's like this licking motion as you're sleeping, and your brain washes and gets rid of all the bad stuff, and then you go pee in the morning and you get rid of all that bad stuff, right? But that's why it's so important to get a good night's sleep, because that's when our brain gets washed off and our body repairs itself. All the nutrients you took in for the day, your body is like, okay, go to sleep. We need to fix some stuff, right? So that's why you have good sleep. But the green tea is just so full of antioxidants, and so is the hibiscus tea, very high in antioxidants, that healthcare professionals saying drink 3 cups a day, strong green tea, right? Because the green tea is steeped from a green leafy plant, and we know the healthiest thing on the planet for humans is dark green leafy plants. So eat your salad, eat your dark greens, whatever dark greens you got. I mean, if all you got is iceberg lettuce, fine. I love the crunchiness of iceberg lettuce, but I always try to throw in some kale. If you got kale, that's what you need. Humans should just eat kale all day long. I mean, especially anyone with low iron. Eat kale, because the iron in meat is the wrong iron. Anyway, back to pop culture. I mean, if you're not watching Grey's Anatomy, are you even a person nowadays? Me and my wife love Grey's Anatomy, and if you're not crying at least every second episode, you're not a human. You're not a human being. I mean, I'm still upset they killed off McDreamy. Like, oh my God, Patrick Dempsey. They when the main character Meredith Grey, the first episode, she was late to her first day as an intern, and she had picked up some guy the night before and had a one-night stand, and it happened to be Patrick Dempsey's character McDreamy, and he was already a full doctor at the hospital when she got to the hospital. And that seems to be a returning theme with interns having encounters with the regular doctors just before they start their internship. But anyway, they killed that Shonda Rhimes, man. She kills off characters like every 2-3 episodes. She kills off a character. And if you're a new character, or is this some character out of the blue, there's a very high chance that you will die within 2 to 3 episodes, or possibly you'll survive a whole season depending on your character. They just killed off a character that we met like last season, and it's just killing people off. You're an affiliate, so you can make commission if you promote your links. Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's why I put my link up. Everybody should click it. It makes some money for me. Anyway, yuck. I don't like teas. I just hate hot stuff because it's all gross. I mean, drink some cold tea. Steep your tea in cold water. Hibiscus tea, cold brew with like some low calorie sweetener, something that's a little bit more healthy, like what are those little things? Sweet date, like date sugar. You can get some date sugar and mix it in with some hibiscus tea that's cold brewed. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. But it's healthy, right? So you can get everything cold brewed if you want. You don't have to have the hot drinks. Now, I literally watch nothing anymore. I can't focus long enough unless I'm in the theater. Okay. You're stick in the mud. My sister just said, I'm a stick in the mud. I don't care about anything. Well, whatever. Okay. That's all right. I was talking about coffee. Coffee is actually healthy because coffee is a steeped bean. Beans are healthy, super healthy. You want to have good fiber, and all kinds of great nutrients. Eat more beans. You gotta have like you gotta have 3 servings of beans per day, and I think that's like a quarter cup. So coffee is actually healthy, but the cow's milk and all the sugar you put into it is not healthy. Use some non-dairy milk and try to not put any sweetener in it. That's the way to go. That makes your coffee actually healthy. But too often it's proven in lab tests that if you add dairy milk or goat milk or any animal milk to your healthy drink, it completely nullifies your healthy drink. It just like levels it off. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just a wasted drink you're drinking. So my tea, I don't put anything into it. I don't put any sugar, I don't put any milk. Certainly not any cow's milk, which is meant for cows. I don't do that. Anyway, TV shows. I never heard of date sugar before. Oh my God. Where have you been? My sister living under a rock. Jesus, what is this? Let's share the screen. Get out from under your rock, all right? Date sugar. Get you out of there. Date sugar. Majula date syrup. Cold pressed. Oh, that's probably good. Organic coconut palm sugar. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. I'm looking for date sugar. No, stevia was good once in a while, once upon a time, but it also turns into a chemical once you eat it too much. Pure organic date sugar. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Date sugar. Two grams of fiber, sugars, right? But this is basically healthy sugar. Imagine that. Because this is made from dates. Oh, look, they were on Dragon's Den with their product. And date sugar. Got some other stuff. I'm intrigued by this date syrup. This might be, I don't know. It's a little more processed, at least with date sugar. Basically, you just take dates, you dry them out, and then you grind them up. You probably dry them some more and grind them up some more, right? Coffee gives me a headache from the smell, let alone the taste. I mean, what do you got to complain about everything? I love the smell of coffee. The smell of coffee is awesome, but I don't like the taste of coffee. When I do have a coffee drink, it has to be a mocha. And that's not healthy at all. So, but this organic Majula date sugar, this looks interesting, right? This is, oh, there's the nutritional facts. Majula dates, we know, like, Majula dates are the best dates you want. Honey, maple syrup. So what do we got a comparison here. We got potassium. Majula dates have more potassium. I mean, excuse me, if you're having kidney issues, you want to watch the amount of potassium you have. So maybe honey might be a better option here if you want a sweetener. Iron, look at that, 40.44 compared to all the other sugars. So it's a little bit of a health benefit for those who are short in iron. Calcium, 42, not as good as maple syrup, but certainly way better than honey. Magnesium, if you're short on magnesium, it's got good magnesium. Phosphorus, 50. I mean, I have no idea what the recommended daily dose is on all these things. So, but if you want something healthy, go with date sugar, maple syrup. It's just straight sugar, man. Honey. I love the idea of honey, but the more vegan I get, the more I understand that honey is just us stealing food from the bees. And a lot of the bee farms will harvest all the honey, and then the bees won't have enough honey for the winter. So they know this. So they supplement the honey with high fructose corn syrup. And that's not healthy for the bees. The bees have made their perfect food for themselves. 80,000 of them have spent all summer making food for themselves for winter, and we take it. it is just so sad. Just being a bee, if you can, identify as being a bee, and just imagine how sad that is. You worked, and now it's gone, and then they give you some crappy stuff, and then the hive is not healthy, and we add in other things like the chemicals we put on our monocrops. We have these sudden bee hive collapses where 80, 100,000 bees all die at once. I mean, that's sad, man. Because we look at our produce shelves, the things that keep us alive, the best foods we have. If any of them depend on a flower being pollinated, we're basically killing ourselves by not treating the bees right. So I'm tempted to put, we've been thinking about this for years and years, to put a beehive in our backyard. And not one of the ones where you're harvesting, but the different shaped ones. And basically giving a home for the bees to live so they can do their thing, right? And it's just, honey makes me sad. And the more I try to be vegan, the more I understand the different things, right? Honey is actually harming. And we also think about the monocultures that we use, like the almonds. All these beehives from across the country get shipped to California for a few weeks to pollinize all the almond trees. And there's just one thing they're doing. And then they ship the hives back wherever they came from. How traumatizing is that for the hive? How many bees got left behind? Right? Because you pack up the hive, okay, so there's 80, 100,000 bees, but you might have just left 20,000 of them still out trying to collect honey. So bees are sad to me. We so depend on bees. And I just think to myself, well, why aren't we adapting our monocultures? Yes, okay, you are a almond farm, but why don't you have like all season wildflowers growing around the trees on the ground? It's a perfect opportunity to have a flower meadow with flowers that are flowering different times of the year. And since you're in California, you should be able to get some flowers that flower in December, right? So then you can keep your own beehives there, and they will get a source of food all year round. The only reason why the bees are there in the almond field is to pollinate the almonds, because almonds grow from a flower. So why not just keep your own bees and just grow other things that will sustain the bees? They never have to travel. They don't need that shock. I think the big issue is that there's a lot of chemicals used on these monoculture farms. So trees don't stay healthy unless they spray. Healthy pollinators and healthy buggies in a field, in the farmer's field, they're so important to keep an ecosystem healthy. So stop spraying, plant more flowers, and let nature kind of take over that monoculture a little bit. I am not an expert on this. This is stuff I've learned, stuff I've observed. We know that ladybugs kill and attack aphids. So when you see a ladybug, you protect that ladybug and you say, "Oh, thank you, Mr. Ladybug." And the big red ones are always the Mr. Ladybugs. It's the smaller kind of brown ones that are the Mrs. Ladybugs. But they're out there killing aphids. They're protecting your crops. So if you go in there and you're spraying for the aphids that are eating your fields, but you're also killing the ladybugs that would help protect your fields. So where's that balance? What do you got to do? Now, on the flip side, ants eat fermented plants. So ants come collect stuff, they drag it into their anthill, and they have chambers where they put the stuff they've collected. And it's like a little field for them because they start growing fungus, and it starts eating up the food, that scraps that they stole from you, and that's what they eat. That's their little field. They're basically stealing stuff that rots well and grows fungus, and then they eat the fungus. I think it's the fungus or some sort of lichen or whatever. Anyway, so that's how ants eat. But ants have a symbiotic relationship with the aphids. They actually herd the aphids. So you'll see the little ants carrying an aphid, or I see this a lot in my yard when I accidentally let the Canadian thistle grow too high. The very top part of the Canadian thistle will be covered in black something or other, and I'll look at it. It's all aphids. There's like 500 aphids on the top of the thistle. And when you look a little bit further down the stem of the thistle, there's always a couple of ants. The ants are herding and working their herd of aphids. When the aphids are done processing, right, the ants use that. I don't know if it's aphid poop, or the aphids help break down the plant so that they can use that material to take it back to their anthill to help them eat and grow their own crops. So they use aphids. This is so cool. And then when they're done on that plant, the ants they'll carry the aphids to the next plant and start the whole process over on the next plant. I found like 10 of them in my front yard this past summer when I accidentally didn't mow my lawn for a month and a half. It's so cool. Anyway, how do you fight that? Make sure there's lots of ladybugs. Lots of ladybugs. And if there's lots of aphids to eat, there's going to be lots of ladybugs to balance out that. So monocultures are so difficult. Oh my God, this is a terrible topic. Anyway, date syrup. This Majula date syrup. This looks good. I might get this. I might buy this stuff. Yeah, date syrup. Anyway, I'm gonna stop sharing that screen. Get off this topic. This is a boring topic for a Friday. We need something more funner. Sorry. Coughing. Stuffed nose. Allergies. So, what do you want to talk about now? Where's your unquestions in the comments? We talked about a lot. Pop culture. Oh man, I am like one of them old men that doesn't know anything about popular culture right now. I've never been mainstream, right? I never followed the mainstream stuff when it comes to like music, the music industry. I'm not into hip hop or R&B. You know, I do have a few favorite songs like LL Cool J, "Mama Said Knock You Out," right? That's a classic song. That's on my list. Um, but I tend to lean to more heavy metal, hard rock type stuff. And I mean, like Bon Jovi, Metallica, these bands, they're not heavy enough for me, man. You're thinking, oh my god, Metallica's not heavy enough? Oh no, absolutely not. We're talking Pantera, Sepultura, Gojira, Korn. I was a fan of Korn before anyone else even knew what Korn was or who they were. I mean, Chutes and Ladders by Korn. That song made them. I don't care. Jonathan Davies, he starts off playing the bagpipes, and then he's like heavy metal scatting. I don't even know what to call it. Like, and it's just awesome. And then it's just like nursery rhymes, dark, scary nursery rhymes. And this was like magic, man. I first heard of Korn. There was an old satellite station for TV called The Box, and it would play popular music, I think, from the United States. And I had a friend who had a satellite. Of course, we didn't have a satellite. I'm not that rich. We were never that rich. Nowhere near. Let's see. Here we go. I'll share this screen. Let's talk about The Box here a little bit. So, how's that look? God, it makes me small every time. Come on, keep me big. So, here's The Box. The Box music channel could refer to two different services. The US channel that ran from 1985 to 2001, where viewers called in to request music videos, or a UK Irish channel that was part of the Box Plus network and closed in June 2024. So I think we were talking about the US channel. And the original US version was a pioneer and interactive viewer request, while the UK Irish version recently closed down as part of Channel 4's business cuts. Okay. No, this was definitely, The Box was what we got the US music channel from 85 to 2001. My friend was recording The Box, so he would put it on The Box music video station in the morning before going to school, and he would put in one of them long play VHS tapes. All right, so he would record The Box all day on VHS tape, and then when he got home at night, he would watch the VHS tape and all the best songs, because they had this awesome stereo system. All the best songs, he could record the audio onto a cassette tape. Oh man, now that's gold. That's like someone trying to record the radio station when they requested a song, right? So there was requests all day, and so he would record it on VHS and then record the individual songs that he liked onto a cassette tape, and that's how we listened to The Box. And yeah, so this would have been circa 95, 97 or something like that, 94. Like it was right in there. And yeah, free music, man. It took a little bit of work. That's for sure. But we would get this music, and that's where we saw and heard Korn for the first time. And it was just like, oh my God. And it was also hard. It was also hard for me to find Pantera and Sepultura. I kind of, with my music journey, I kind of went back to the old school stuff. I really enjoy 70s rock and metal music. So I enjoy the Black Sabbath. I enjoy Led Zeppelin, and just these bands. Oh my God. Lead singer of AC/DC, before he took over after Bon Scott passed away, Brian Johnson, he was in a band called Geordie. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. What's his? Brian Johnson. Right? Brian Johnson. Are we still sharing this? Yeah, we're still sharing this. So Brian Johnson, lead singer of AC/DC, 78 years old. But before he Geordie, he was part of this group. Oh, and it's right there. Geordie featuring Brian Johnson. Goodbye Love. Oh my God. You got to listen to Goodbye Love. This is, it doesn't have his raspy voice from AC/DC, right? Dynamite, that raspy voice is not there yet. But this is such an amazing upbeat song for a breakup song. And it is a good song, man. You just got to listen to it. It's got this awesome rhythm to it or whatever, right? And I know if we play it on here, the sound won't play. Goodbye. I don't know if you'll hear this. Probably not playing for you. Oh, yeah, available. That's Brian Johnson. Of that. This part. Goodbye, love. Oh, I mean, if you didn't hear that, you need to just go watch it right now, because that's like awesome. How do we share this? I'm gonna share this link right now. I don't know what that just did. Copy link. I'm gonna put it as a QR code you guys can scan. Got someone trying to call me. I'm in the middle of a live, man. No calls right now. No calls. Okay. Here we go. Oh, man, I spelled it wrong. Here we go. Save that. Maybe a little update on the screen. Jordy, Goodbye Love. Yeah, go check that song out, man. Like, that is just some 70s shit right there. That's just beautiful. Beautiful, I say. But that is Brian Johnson before he became the lead singer of AC/DC after Bon Scott passed away. Yeah, that's some, that's why they hired him to be the singer for AC/DC, man, because he put out a jam like that. Oh, Goodbye Love. That is just, I was hoping to get the lyrics on the screen there, but I guess not. That's good stuff. Goodbye Love lyrics. Why doesn't it just give me the lyrics, man? Yeah. Let's share it again. We're going to share some more. I got the lyrics right here, man. So this is on a terrible website. But the lyrics. I've been hot on the heels of a heartbreak. Oh, since I started out with you. Oh, my God. Love is hard sometimes, right? Trying to patch up your world, which was broken in two. Oh, I always loved that person who's broken in two. And all I ever got for my troubles was rejection. That's why trusting you was more than I could do. You're a no good woman. You took my money. You said it was just too bad. You don't wash my clothes or call me honey, but I don't feel so sad. I mean, the way he sings that sounds awesome, but it's like, oh my God, that's some misogynistic shit right there. Like, so anyway, sounds good. We have a lot of songs nowadays that sound good, but are like questionable in their lyrics. That's not right. So I'm thinking, here's some questionable lyrics. It just kind of shows that you could make a song about just about anything. AWOL Nation. The song is called Sail. Right? Verse 1. You see everything all right there. I'm going to get rid of Jordy. This is how I show my love. I made it in my mind because I blame it on my ADD, baby. ADD. Attention Deficit Disorder. I think they've changed it. But this song talks about ADD. This is how an angel dies. I blame it on my own sick pride. Blame it on my ADD, baby. The song sounds awesome. It is a good freaking listen, right? This is a great sounding song, but it's got some weird lyrics, right? I'm almost ashamed to say I like this song, because is it offending people with ADD? I don't know. It just sounds good. What else has questionable lyrics? The obvious stuff. Let's go. Pumped Up Kicks lyrics. So this is Foster the People. Of course, Mark Foster used to do like jingles and things like that before he put out his first album. Oh, look at this. There's a little explanation. Robert, the main character and narrator of the song, dreams of violence towards his rich classmates and peers. The song details his plans and ambitions for a school shooting. I mean, this song must hit hard in the wrong way down in the United States. So Robert's got a quick hand. He'll look around the room. He won't tell you his plan. He's got a rolled cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's a cowboy kid. Yeah, he found a 6-shooter gun in his dad's closet and a box of fun things. I don't even know what he's coming for you. I don't even know what, but he's coming for you. Yeah, he's coming for you. Wait. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks. You better run. Outrun my gun. This song sounds awesome. So you look at these dark freaking lyrics. Oh my God. So many songs with dark lyrics out there. And these are the newer stuff. Yay! We got the Twitch spammer, some sort of Twitch bot. It's a different name every time, but it spams. Best viewers on steamboo.com. Last time we saw one, it was a different website. I mean, they're spamming the hell out of Twitch to try to get people to go to steamboo.com. Thank you, spammer. All you're doing is making my stream a little bit better with your comment. Maybe not, but anyway. Thank you, spammer. Thank you for spamming us. Yeah, dark lyrics. Oh my God. What about one of the 80s love songs, right? You know the one. You know what I'm about to say. 80s love song? I mean, people probably played this at their weddings. Every breath you take. Oh. I mean, stalker rapey song. This is it. Sounds amazing. You know, you got Sting, you got the rest of the Police. It is an amazing sounding song. Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Oh my God. These are amazing heavy metal lyrics. Can you imagine this in heavy metal? Every breath you take and every move you make. That's what you want. Every single day and every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching you. Oh, can't you see you belong to me? How my poor heart aches with every step you take. Oh, stalker lyrics, stalker rapey. I mean, this is, I mean, put up your hand or make a comment if you had this as your first dance love song at your wedding or at the prom. I mean, man, the 1980s got some dark lyrics. Every breath you take. I mean, woo, woo. I love the sound of this song. I almost want to make a different version where it's not as stocky, rapey, misogynistic type song, right? Like, it sounds great. Oh, and we got other songs. I was just thinking of one growing up in the 80s. It knows. Google knows what I'm talking about. I'll share it again here. Sharing the lyrics for Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. Oh, I love the guitar of Dire Straits. And I love this song, Money for Nothing. This is like an early, or whatever. This says 1985. This is prime, Much Music, MTV type song, man. Like, now look at them yo-yos. That's the way you do it. You play the guitar on your MTV. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. I mean, rockers, yeah. That's what he's talking about. The groupies, the people throwing themselves at you. Now that ain't working. That's the way you do it. Let me tell you, them guys ain't dumb. Get a blister on your little finger or get a blister on your thumb. We got to install microwaves, oven, kitchen, custom kitchen deliveries. I mean, I love this video. It was like this digitized guys like moving stuff around the house or delivering stuff, right? It was terrible computer graphics. Here we go. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs. Here we go. See that little effer with the earring and the makeup. Oh my God. That's a terrible lyric now. It was a terrible lyric when it came out. So, and the little effer again, and the little effer again. I mean, you're making fun of, you're using this gender slur and against, because you're jealous against some rich person, right? And I've heard the newer versions of Money for Nothing. They skipped this verse. They've taken this verse out of the song. And I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. I mean, even with these terrible lyrics, this is a great sounding song. Sounding great sounds, right? Love this song. Love the sound of this song. Absolutely. In 1985, when I first heard this song, listening to the Dire Straits cassette tape my mom had, I totally stole it from her. I would play this, that whole album over and over, but this was certainly one of my favorite songs. And it was also was it? No, I just saw the video a lot on Much Music. Here, of course, I say Much Music because I'm here in Canada, right? Didn't watch a whole lot of MTV because we didn't have the fancy cable station that had the American MTV. We had Much Music, man. And I enjoyed watching. I watched a lot of Much Music growing up, and that's how I got my fix for music in the early days, right? Michael Jackson, Madonna, Dire Straits, even the other rock bands that were coming out at the time, like Bon Jovi and the Led Zeppelins of the world. And you know, I always had to like stay up late for the heavy metal stuff. The the metal stuff always came out really late. I mean, why, man? Us 10-year-olds wanted to hear the heavy metal music also. I'm out of tea. I'm out of tea. But this is a great sounding song. But it's got its flaws. So, close out of there again. Keep closing out of there because I just don't want all the search stuff I'm doing to be showing up. It's annoying. There we go. I'm just trying to think of the song. It's not theme song. WWF in the 80s, when you were watching the show, the song that came on, what was the song? I can't find it. It's only showing me like intro songs, right? And that's like, it's not what I want, man. Hulk Hogan's. That's not what I want. I'm a real American. No, that's not what I want. They're saying entrance songs. Entrance songs. How do I... When the show started up, when wrestling started, I don't even know what to call that. I'm searching. I'm sorry. I'm taking long. Entrance songs. Why are they doing entrance songs? I don't want entrance songs. Opening song. What's a song that was just amazing? Oh, that's not it. Wrestling. No, that wasn't it, man. Oh, come on now. I can't be the only one. Oh my god, they keep playing the same song. Anyway, I thought the song was Hell's Bells by AC/DC. Because it's just that amazing intro. No, this ain't it, man. I thought that was the intro, but that's not the intro, man. I can't remember what the intro song is for WWF in the 80s, mid 80s, back when I watched it as a kid. I mean, that let you knew that wrestling was on, man. And I don't know if it was AC/DC Hell's Bells or something else. Anyway, I just thought of that and I thought, oh my god, my childhood. But yeah, in the early 90s, I found the 70s rock music. I couldn't get enough of Black Sabbath. I really enjoyed Aussie Black Sabbath. I only liked a couple of songs from Ronnie James Dio Black Sabbath. So, I mean, The Mob Rules, that is an awesome song. And I discovered that song because I watched it. I heard it on the movie Heavy Metal. And right, that was a great song, but it was Ronnie James Dio singing it, not Ozzy. So their older stuff after Ozzy got fired from the band. And I started listening to Led Zeppelin. What else? What other old-timey band is there in the 70s that was really great? '70s metal bands. Wow. So I didn't explore as much as I thought. Anyway, let's share that. Let's see what some of these 70s metal bands I was exploring in the early 90s. I was discovering this old music. I mean, Deep Purple, no, never really explored them. Black Sabbath, yes. Alive, don't know who the heck they are. Led Zeppelin, my god, I love Led Zeppelin. My favorite Led Zeppelin song is Kashmir. There's just something about that. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Like that is a riff, man. And guitar player, what's his name? I forgot his name. Anyway, he said it was like his practice riff that he used just to warm up. Rising, never heard of them. Of course, everyone heard of Van Halen. AC/DC, Aerosmith, Death Walks Behind them. I never heard of them. Judas Priest. You know what? I couldn't get into Judas Priest. It was recommended to me to listen to Judas Priest, and it didn't catch me. Never heard of this Lucifer's Friend. Motorhead. Oh my god. Lemmy is God, right? It is, I mean, Motorhead, man. Ace of Spades. Oh, that is a loud song. Oh, man, I crank that when I'm driving to go pick up my wife. That is just classic song. Rush. I enjoyed some Rush. I love that they're Canadian. And I wish I could have got more into it. I didn't really listen to the Scorpions or the Who, Thin Lizzy. Like some of these bands I really there's a list of Fuzzy Duck. Who the hell is Fuzzy Duck? Anyway, 70s metal bands. I was exploring them, trying to find some good music in my youth. And in this exploration, I ended up discovering nu metal. I love nu metal. My favorite nu metal band, Kitty. Canadians from Southern Ontario. Kitty. Oh, the song Brackish. Woo! That is a hard and heavy song for 16-year-olds, right? Kitty, Brackish. These were metal girls. Oh my god, I loved them. Plus, I was similar age. I think they were like 3-4 years younger than me, but there they. Elder millennials, right? Brackish. She is not scared to die. Best things in life drive her to cry. Crucify, then learn. Takes so much away from inside you, makes no sense. You know he can't guide you. He's your fucking shoulder to lean on. Be strong. These are some great lyrics. Dark, freaking dark, that you would expect from a band, a metal band, a new metal band. This came out in 2000 and I was just all over this song. Oh, I couldn't get enough of the song, couldn't get enough of the video. It was just them on the stage being angry teenagers just yelling into the microphone, right? And I just found it so fun because the lead singer and the drummer, they're sisters, so they're the soul of the band. And the bass player and the lead guitarist, they both left the band eventually, and they've got new members in those roles, and I think they hit just as hard. But I missed that original 16-year-old, 17-year-old band that went on tour with Ozzy. They were on Ozfest, man. I mean, that is something. You're 16, 17 years old, and you're on Ozfest on tour with all these other bands. Woo! Yeah. Nu metal caught me. Nu metal. Slipknot. What's that? Forgot the name. They're hard names, man. Of course, everybody loves Linkin Park. Rest in peace, Chester Bennington. Right? Mudvayne. That's the name. Slipknot and Mudvayne. Some kick-ass songs. Heavy, hard, fast. They're almost like nu metal bands are almost speed metal bands, right? So, woo! That's the stuff, baby. Let's unshare that again for a second. I'm going to do a search. Let's go with nu metal bands of the 2000s. Yes, this is a good list. Let's have a look at this list. I'll call out some of these. Woo! Make me bigger. Come on, screen. Okay, so Korn. Since 93. All right, that was about, I think it was their first album that their first song was out and we were watching on the box. Korn, absolutely. Limp Bizkit. Oh my god, everybody hated the lead singer, but the music sounded good. And I love their bass player, man. He was always in some sort of crazy costume. Linkin Park, we love the Linkin Park. Slipknot, there's like 13 of them in the band. They all wear coverall with just their number on it, and they all had some sort of crazy mask, and just fun. I mean, you got like three percussionists. You got like three drummers in the band, and they're just making this industrial racket, right? Hard songs. Mudvayne. Oh my God, my favorite song from Mudvayne has got to be Happy. Unless that's a Slipknot song. Might be a Slipknot song. Anyway, let's close that. Deftones, I only slightly liked them. System of a Down, absolutely. System of a Down. Evanescence, yes. Papa Roach, yes. Static X. Woo! I got to see Static X open for Pantera here in Edmonton. At the time, it was still called the Agricom, but this was at the Edmonton Expo grounds, or whatever the heck they call it now. Disturbed, yes. Oh my God. I mean, Disturbed was great. They might have been too close friends to lead singer of Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst, but Disturbed was awesome. Or who's that? Is that who I'm thinking of? No, different band, sorry. Disturbed was Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Yeah. The Gazette. I've never heard of them. Spine Shank. Sounds bad. Ultra Spank. Snot. Incubus. Yes, I've heard of Incubus. Factory 81. Nope. P.O.D. Payable on Death. They were a Christian band. American Christian nu metal band formed in 1992. Right? Like, oh my God. They rocked, man. I'm not Christian, but these guys rocked. When they were on tour, they didn't drink and party with everyone. They actually brought their weight sets with them, and just beside their tour buses, they used to just work out. They were on Ozfest tour with Kitty, right? Marilyn Manson, oh my God, such a creepy fellow. And we know he did some creepy, crazy things to these women that he dated, right? But he could make some crazy music that was very enjoyable back in the 90s, right? Everybody loved it. Machine Head, I like the Little Machine Head. Clawfinger, never heard of them. Soulfly, oh. So Soulfly came out of Sepultura. The lead singer of Soulfly was the lead singer of Sepultura. And I got to see Soulfly open for... Who the heck did we go see? It was at the Shaw Conference Center here in Edmonton. So Soulfly opened. The only reason why I went to this concert was because of Soulfly. Because I wanted to hear Max Carvelli, the lead singer, sing. And they did play some Sepultura songs. It was awesome. They're a Brazilian band. So some of their music, their song like Roots, their album Roots, would open with that instrument, one string, right? It would start like it's a traditional Brazilian instrument, and that was awesome. So Soulfly, yeah. Puddle of Mud. I really enjoyed just one song from them, and that's Psycho. And I was listening to the all the time when I first met my wife. It was like my anthem, but I mean, I don't think my wife appreciated, my then girlfriend didn't appreciate it too much. Flyleaf, I did listen to a little bit of Flyleaf, but I think not enough. Slaves of Dope, never heard of them. Zebrahead, never heard of them. Guano Apes, Jesus Christ, what are these names? Mushroom Head, no. E-Town Concrete, no. Glassjaw, no. Ramstein. Oh! Du hast mich. Nothing like a good old German band. Are they German? I'm pretty sure they're German. Yeah. Band formed in Berlin in 1994. So, Ramstein. There was some good music from them. Rage Against the Machine. Can't beat Rage, man. Power to the people, man. Rage Against the Machine. Tom Morello coming out of that band. Like, he is somebody. He is still raging against the machine. Fear Factory. I did listen to a little bit of Fear Factory. Didn't they do a remake of a song? There was a song they remade and it was awesome. Hollywood Undead, no. Seether, everybody knows Seether. I didn't really enjoy them that much. Shinedown, I remember Shinedown, didn't listen to them long. Norma Jean, no. 10 Years, no. El Nino, no. Coal Chamber, Loco. Oh my god, I loved Coal Chamber. Very heavy new metal band. I loved it. Flaw, no. Chimera, no. Low Pro, Rev Theory, I might have heard of Rev. Hoobastank, everyone heard of Hoobastank. Smile, Empty Soul, Head BE, V-Shaped Mind, don't know. Drowning Pool, yes, we know Drowning Pool. Carnival, Scrape, no, I don't know those bands. What was the band that Soulfly opened for? It's a big band, 70s, 80s metal band. Oh my god, it's just the tip of my tongue. I don't know. Anyway, this is my music, man. Like, this, when new metal started, woo! That was it. I found the heavy I liked in Slipknot, Korn, Mudvayne, Papa Roach, Static X, Disturbed, right? These were the bands that really shaped my life. And I don't know what any of the lyrics were. I have no clue. They're just good songs. You can't sing along to some of these songs. You can kind of guess what the chorus is or something. It's like listening to Corey Hart's Sunglasses at Night. You don't know what he's saying. I've actually got the lyrics like permanently on my phone in my browser, like it's open, and so I'm always, if I need Sunglasses at Night by Corey Hart, here it is. Here's the lyrics. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can watch you weave, then breathe your storylines. That's not what you hear. And I wear my sunglasses at night so I can keep track of the visions in my eyes. You almost know that that's the right lyric. While she's deceiving me, it cuts my security. Has she got control of me? I turn to her and say, this is the chorus. This is the one that just hits. Don't switch the blade on the guy in shades. Oh no. Don't switch the blade on the guy in shades. Don't masquerade with the guy in shades. Oh no, I can't believe it. Because you've got it made with the guy in shades. Oh no. Don't switch the blade on the guy in shades. But he's like, don't switch the blade on the guy in shades. Right? It's like, what are you doing? What are you yelling, Corey? What are you yelling? Of course, Corey Hart, Canadian singer. That's why you gotta love Corey Hart. He's like the male version of Alanis Morissette. Just kidding. Just kidding. I was thinking of the TV show How I Met Your Mother and Robin, the Robin character. And she used to be like this pop singer and used to go to malls, and her favorite song was, or her best song was, "Let's Go to the Mall." And she would sing at malls. Oh my God. That's like classic Alanis Morissette. Before she was Alanis Morissette, she was just Alanis. Never too hot, never too cold. Take your best shot, too hot to hold. Right? I was in grade 6 when that song came out. I loved the video. I loved the tune. And, yeah. Alanis in the 80s. Yeah. Anyway, don't ask any more questions. I don't want to talk to you. I don't talk to no scrubs. So we're gonna end it. If you need to chat with me about HR stuff or anything I do, use all my links up there in the top right. Goes to my link tree. Here it is on the screen. linktr.ee/IanTheHRPro. That's all my links up there. HR advice. You can contact me to give you resume tips or whatever, things like that. That's all on there. It's all on there. And also the links to my sister Joy and my mother Millie's, their craft, their traditional craft groups on Facebook, Indigenous Crafts. Go there, go check them out. That's important. What else? So today was Friday, fun and games. We talked about music. I'd been wanting to talk about music for a little bit. That's fine. It's my show. Go to hell if you didn't like my topic today. Except you, Mom, if you're listening. Sorry. Fine, I'm shopping anyways and listening to your crazy. I mean, I hope you're not in like Walmart and I'm like, hey! Oh my God. So humiliating. I think that's from a show too. That's pop culture language right there, bro. So we go live again Monday. Pretty sure Monday. I don't think there's anything stopping me on Monday. Should be good. Doesn't look like there's anything going on Monday. So Monday is HR Madness. So we'll talk about everything and anything HR from the kind of the small business owner point of view. And of course, we got different themes for each day of the week. HR Madness on Monday. Tuesday is, what is Tuesday? Indigenous Relations or Indigenous Allyship. Anything Indigenous. Because I'm Indigenous, we talk about that on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, we talk about side gigs, side hustles, aka small business marketing type stuff. Thursday is Career Club. We talk about resumes and cover letters and job searches and interview prep and that sort of thing, and personal branding. That was our last chat. And of course, we'll be back to Fridays, which are fun and games. We'll talk about anything I want to, unless you ask questions. And any of those shows, you can always ask me HR questions. So, yeah, I'll answer your HR questions. Just ask them in the comments. So anyway, happy weekend, everyone. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. I love you all. Just kidding. There's a couple of you I don't like. But I'm going to end the show. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. So I pressed the end stream button and it didn't end yet. So I'm going to try it again.